What kind of impact does this coronavirus have on real estate market and more specifically on Windsor market? So in this video, I'm going to share some stats and also give my thoughts on how you can navigate in this unique situations. I'll be answering questions like, is it a good time to sell or is it a good time to buy? What do I do in this unique situations? So stay tuned. Namaskar, Adabar say welcome back to my channel. If you're still new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification button and the thumbs up for an awesome content regarding real estate and my financial journey. So, in this video, I'll be talking about the huge monster that we are facing right now, everyone, is coronavirus. And what kind of impact it's bringing on real estate. So I will be sharing that in a moment, but first of all, I really hope you guys staying home, taking all the precautions that you need to in order to stop spread, because this is freaking crazy situation we are in. Like, it's really serious virus that is causing many people's life. So guys, let's all be responsible, stay home, try to implement all the precautions that we are getting from the governments and all different sources. So let's be responsible citizens and avoid this corona. So from my understanding, how this corona spread happens, why all these countries are taking serious precautions, shutting down the whole non-essential businesses in Canada. And I've been watching news in US and India, China and many other countries where they're literally shut down most of the businesses other than the essential needs, which means it's such a serious issue. So let's not take it for granted. Here's how the corona has been spreading. Like the stage 1, where it got into the people who got in contact with the people who have the virus. So like a direct contact that happened in China, and then people who traveled out of China to different countries, they are the one first got affected, and then their families. That's where the second stage, like the families of the people who got affected, now they got corona, and then from the families it started to spread into the communities. So if a person traveled to China, came to your family, and you're in you, like he and his family got affected, and then the family go out for groceries, go out for different things, for work and other things, now it got into the community. So that's where third stage, and most of the countries right now are in that stage. That's why the government is taking precautions to stop the spread in the community by shutting down all the non-essential businesses. And the fourth stage will be a lot worse. It's already in the community and it's harder to treat everyone, and all the hospitals will be flooded with the people. So that's why the countries are taking so much serious actions, and I really pray for you guys to stay home and take all the precautions. But how it can affect you financially. So what kind of things that you can do? So right now, what I've been seeing in Windsor market is the real estate market, it's an interesting impact. So I say that interesting because right now even the buyers and the sellers both are scared to do any activities, because look at from this way. Now from the seller point of view, if he wants to sell the property, then he has to show the property to the potential buyers. Now he's scared, if any buyer coming into his property, if he has corona, then he gonna touch things in the house, and this freaking corona stays in the air for 5 hours. So it's kind of scared. It's hard to avoid that spread. So that's why a lot of people are scared even to list their property, and from the buyer point of view, the buyer is scared to go see the property because what if someone in the house has corona, so was affected by the corona. So now he gets that, and if he gets it, then he's gonna stay at his home and his family will be impacted. So that's why I would say, like, right now the market is kind of paused. So it's not like a totally a recession where everything is selling for lower. No, it's currently kind of paused. So I've been looking at the stats. The number of active listings on the market in Windsor right now are like around 1,300, and compared to last year March, it's pretty much the same. And the number of sales, the last year there were 922, and this year in the March and this month I'm talking about, it's 832. So there is like a almost 10% drop, but at the same time it's not that drastic. Like at this point it's kind of a paused, and I see the more number of active listings on the market comparative to last year, but it's not drastic at the moment. So what it can happen, like what could happen potentially is, because now I started to hear from a lot of people, especially my friends who are working in IT sector and some of them working in employment companies like Indeed. Many have been telling me that there are at least 10 to 20% people lost their job because of there is not much production happening in the companies. So there is already many companies started to lay off people, but at the moment, because the government is also pumping in money through stimulus packages, like you have seen in the news, especially in US, that every person will get 1,200 ish. And in Canada is offering different things, like if you got impacted due to corona, like if you lost your job, you can apply for like 4 to 6 months. The government is going to give you $2,000. Like if any of your family member or anyone impacted due to corona, they're gonna support you. And again, there are the details on the CIC website. You can find all the details. I'll try if I can put it in the description. So there are different stimulus packages that government is offering right now in order to not to lose the strength on the economy. So they're trying to avoid the spread of the corona, and at the same time they're trying to hold the economy and make sure the small businesses can sustain in this hard times. But if this continues to happen, like if we don't have any vaccinations for this corona, if we don't I really wish that it won't happen that way, but I'm just assuming, like if this continues to if we don't have the vaccination or any kind of medication in next near future, like in next 3 months or 4 months, then the more people will be affected and more job losses will keep on continuing. And at this point the banks also giving like a mortgage deferral. So all these stimulus packages, bank mortgage deferrals, which means like you can defer your payments for another like 6 months down the road. So these things are not causing any drastic impact on the market yet. So everything kind of put on hold, and people still surviving with all this additional resources. But if it continues to happen, and I hope it won't, but if it continues to happen, now slowly the more people lose their jobs, the more people cannot pay their rents or cannot pay their mortgages. Now the defaults will start happening. So that's when we will see a drastic impact on the market. Like that's when we will see that foreclosures and the bank closes all this. That's when you will start to get like really cheaper properties to buy. But at this point, because the market is paused, that means like there are only few listings on the market and there are only limited buyers who are looking to buy, because even the mortgages, the appraisers are not willing to go into the property, and everything is working very slowly. So if you're a buyer, I would say, like, at this point, just hold on, just stay updated with what's going on in the current situation. Just don't take any intensive actions at this point. And if you're a seller, unless if it's a must for you to sell, don't sell, because when you're in panic, you will sell it for cheaper. And hopefully our health department will come up with some solution, and this corona spread will be totally gone, and we will go back into normal life. And it will happen for sure, no question, because if you look at the history, there any recession, like there was many recessions happened, like different kind of situations the world faced, but it's always like a temporary effect, which will last. Some will last for a few months, some will last for a year or two, but we will recover. No matter what, we will recover. So at this point, we are in real estate market, we are kind of at a pause situation, and slowly, if it continues to happen, now slowly you will see a drastic price drop, and you will get more and more discounted properties. But you have to be very cautious in when you're going to see the properties, when you're going to find or do any activities. So you have to be very serious, very take precautions that can protect your health first, because if you're healthy, you can make the wealth anytime. At this point, that's high priority. So that's kind of where we are with the market. But I would recommend you guys not to sell anything at this point unless if it's must. And even if it's must, then you have to take it with the proper precautions. Make sure you have a hand lotions, and make sure you have sanitizers at home. Make sure your agent is aware of all these situations, and he can take as much as precautions that to avoid people getting into the property. So one of the precautions could be like just put all the virtual tour out there and only allow the people once you have an accepted offer. So something like that. At this point, yes, for sure there is a dip in the market, but my prediction would be like it can go even further down. So if you're a buyer, just wait for a few more weeks to see how this is going to turn, and slowly when we see even more dip, that's a time I think it would be a best time to buy like really discounted properties, especially if you have a cash in ready. So in these situations, I would suggest look at your balance statements, look at your bank statements, cut down all the unnecessary expenses that you need to. Just try to save money as much as possible, because we don't know when we're going to come out from this situation. Until then, you have to survive. Until then, you have to have food in your hands. So, and if you want to take advantage of this market situation, now you need to have more cash in ready. So in stressful situations, the cash is king, so you have to hold on to cash. And if you have to cash out on few properties, just do it with very, very cautiously. Try not to sell anything out of panic. Just look at your expenses, make sure, see if you can find ways to make money online, find ways to stop all the unnecessary expenses like Amazon Prime or any kind of subscriptions that you don't need at the moment. So try to avoid all those things and save as much as money as possible, and then just stay informed on the situation happening right now. Just follow all the authentic news, not all this panic information. Try to just stay focused. Also have a daily routine. Just make sure you have a proper routine that can keep you stay focused. I'll be making more videos on different topics here on, and let me know in the comments below what kind of things that you're looking to hear from me. Going forward, I'll be making more videos on this corona and how you can navigate even better, and different type of strategies I'll be talking, and many other things. So with that, thank you so much, guys, for hopping on, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button for the algorithm purpose, so that my video can reach to many other people, who are in need of this information. With that, stay safe, stay home, and leave the comment below. Have a wonderful day.